I'm Derek Smith, and this is That Chalk? I'll show you how to take works of art like this to scenes like this. And if you're ready, let's get started. Now that we have our sketch, we'll go ahead and put it on the larger chalkboard. For the sky, we're going to use a brush and blend technique. First, layer your color. Don't worry about drawing into the mountains. And we're going to kind of use the chalkboard for fade to black up at the top. Next, a darker blue. And then my darkest. I'm going to pull a little bit of it down into the other blue as well. Alright, right between the mountains, I want it brightest. And that white really wasn't cooperating. This one is. And now I'm going to smooth it out with a brush. I'll start at the top, work down on this one. Don't be afraid to go over the other stuff and add it some with this. It's all going to work out in the end. You can even turn the brush too. I'm using a fat 4-inch brush. You can turn and get different effects too with the side of the brush. If you like it at this color, do it. I'm going to knock the highlights down a little bit. And this is just mine. Your art is your world. Let's even make it more interesting. We'll add a little bit of purple. I got 2 different colors of purple. I'll just add some of this here and there and blend that in. This typically gives a really nice touch to a sky. Let's add some highlights to the top of these as well. And blend. You can do some puff effects here as well if you want, or just keep dragging it, or a little bit of both. I'll try a little bit of both. Alright, darkest blue, I'm gonna put some shadows where I think they should fall. And then bring in some of that purple. Alright, for the center here, I'd like it to look like it's foot trodden. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, but we're going to try it. I think first we need to lay down a base color. And we'll start with that dark blue. Just real light, drag it, move it around a little bit to give some randomness to it to work with. Try to keep that area darker, and probably this area darker too. Alright, that helps break it up a little bit. Alright, we'll keep using the same colors we used on here, and of course in the sky. Looking at this road standing back, it's not making sense to me, so we're going to change it up a little bit more. I think that might work. Alright, grab your brush and go over it. Now for the mountains in the background, I'll change the color blue. This is a new one. So we're going to go lightest, lighter, then darkest for the inside of the mountains for the backdrop. That should frame our houses really nice with the bright white we'll put on the roofs for the snow. So go ahead and draw this blue in. Is mommy home, Ryan? That's our shepherd. Come on, go see mama. Go. She's a good girl. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more color back up in the sky too, just to break that up a little bit more. Just some wispy clouds, nice and thin. And we'll blend at least some of these.
Come back, of course.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, that's looking good.
Thank you. Say hi to the camera.
Oh, dear.
And with a bright light, just a little final touch. Right on top of these guys, right where the lights hit them. When I turned the camera off for that clip, I added a couple more effects. I'll give you a close-up here. So the next one's darker. We'll add a couple different blues to this range. So I'm just accenting the front of them, giving some features. You know, bringing it down into some of these other effects too. It's all just experimental at this stage. Find something that works, roll with it. I have the original blue in my hand, so I can always jump back and punch in these darker colors where I need. I want to leave some negative space. Here the lighting's going to change. Reflect more of the middle. Alright, we'll get some detail into the houses here. We have another house done, and tree in the foreground, little bush over here. In the background here, I'm thinking maybe a lake scene might look nice. So I took one of the houses out that I was planning to put back there. We're gonna work on the church next. First we'll add some details. We'll do a nice big window here. And we'll make this one stained glass. Give some depth and those lines will fall somewhere there. Here at the steeple, some arches in that. For the church color, I'm going to start with a gray, a darker gray. Push these colors in. Start with some orange in the windows. And for our stained glass windows, we'll just do a light orange to start. Then with a pretty bright blue, we'll do some designs. Put some shapes into the windows. Here, let me move you in. Let's do a couple vertical lines to a point, and then maybe a diamond. And I like that. How about a diamond coming here and here, and then going down the side, and a couple straight lines and patterns in here. Then color it with reds, greens, blues, whatever colors you want. Put some lights in these windows up here. Alright, we'll add a lighter gray here inside these windows. Give it a little depth. Opposite side for this side of the church. Don't forget the top one. That looks pretty good. We use this color to highlight the sides of the church where the light's catching it. This. Here, if you're happy with your church like this, you can leave it, or you can continue to add more. I'll go ahead and add more, put some brick effects in. Set a few different colors, got grays, olive, gray, green, even a blue here. We'll go ahead and add some stonework to the church. Pick your size and kind of stick with it. Keep your stones random and just punch them in here and there. If you want to do an archway effect here at the doors too, you can. Same thing on the side of the church, just a little bit lighter. Some are going to pass in this corner. Keep some dark spot there. And brighten it up just here and there. Just on your brightest stones, add a little bit of color. We can go around the archway a little bit more to accent this. The doorway. Kept some on the side. Let's put some snow on the roof. Big chalk. And we'll put a break for a shadow under here. And here. Put some snow on these ledges here. And draw your icicles. Let's put our door on the church. And let's put some hardware on them. And some handles. You can add some accents to them as well. Light will catch just along the top. on these sides of the handles. So we're getting along. We're still making little changes as we go, which is perfectly fine. Lots of times the artwork doesn't end up like I thought it would. We're changing the perspective of the house here. We're going to make it more of an inn. Took out what was going to be a tree here and a tree here. We'll go ahead and brush this blue in where I did that. And yeah, still thinking a lake scene in the back will look nice. House is pretty much where I want it. Got a little chimney up on the top. But first I think I'd like to do the cobblestone down here for the foundation and the patio. So we'll just start with some grays and our darkest, and we'll put a cornerstone here. And do I want to make it that thick? It's pretty tall. Let's shorten this a little bit. Now we can do it by adding blue here or making it come a little farther out. I think I'm going to try adding blue first.
You sure are a good drawer. I hope that camera wasn't one.
Yeah, it's recording. Thank you, honey. Drawer. Okay, put some snow on this roof. To add the lake in the background, we'll go ahead and erase the houses. We'll build this up here. And blend this in. We'll do a little shoreline here, out in the water some. And another one back here. A little bit lighter. Some trees. And some more back here. I want a little shadow underneath these trees. Take some of that out there. And on this side. And just put in your details with some brighter colors. But using the same colors as down here. And I'm going to do it a little bit lighter back here. But these are a little farther out, so I'm going to draw them a little lighter. This will be the end of our lake back here. Alright, some light effects in the background here. So we have more tree lines and such. Starting with the darkest blue. Then we'll add some color and light to it. Trying to stay out of the shadows of these trees. Put some highlights on your trees. It's going to all be pretty loose and quick. And now let's pull some of the mountains down into it as well. Change it into a lighter blue. Fragment some of these ridge lines. And blend these in some. Down in the foreground I lightened up, not hitting those very much. Leave them a little choppy. And for now I'll add one more round of highlights to the trees, just sparingly. But this will help bring them forward just a little bit more. Even less back here. We still want to add some. At least I do in my picture. Just kind of letting the chalk do its thing. Just a little bit in the background. Make sure you get between your trees too if you did that. Put this color in here too, but maybe not through the whole thing. Alright, let's put a little light on the water. Yeah, very light though. Use a lighter blue. Brighten it up some, not too much. If you want, add a little bit more detail. If not, if you like it how it is, leave it how it is. We'll add just a couple more little lines, very sparingly. All right. We use these same colors here. Go ahead and define this edge. And of course, this will be catching a lot of light. Pull some of that purple back in. And let's even put a little bit of that in our lake closer to us. Brightening up these back trees a little bit more. Same thing over here. It's not a new color, just a little bit more of it, and pushed a little harder into the board. Okay, moving over to this house, put a window up here and another right below it. We're going to bring this roof line down a bit more. Now just start drawing in your details. Starting with these windows. Leaving a negative space on this side of it. Catching the light on this side. We'll make the tops of these underneath the shadow. Just to break it up a little bit. This one over here is going to catch it on this side. We can't forget our doorway. This calls for a Q-tip. We'll put some glow in these windows. So we'll start with our orange. A little bit brighter. I always like to do a little bit brighter at the top when it's closer. And add some yellow. Add some windows. Keep them pretty simple. Okay, we'll add some snow. Let's make another change. We'll change the road. Since we have the lake now, we'll just make it go to the right. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I will see you at the chalkboard.